Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're all well. I just thought I'd pop on because I have just received my quilt builder card deck, the applique. Which way? My box is all smashed. I don't know, it's a shame, but the cards are okay. This one, which is the one that our lovely Maggie pointed out. I think it was yesterday, and of course I had to go and get it immediately. So this is the applique one, and I thought I'd just have a quick look and give you a quick overview of it, because I wondered how they were going to talk to us about enlarging the patterns, because I'm sorry about the sunshine. It's great, isn't it? So if you pick up one in particular, let's just pick up one in particular. That one, let's say, that's one of the patterns, and that's the templates there. Now I wondered how they were going to tell us how to deal with those, I suppose. I must admit, some of these pictures are absolutely gorgeous, so I'm actually really quite pleased with it, as I'm into my applique at the moment. Now, when you get the deck, I might have to move this or shut the blind. When you get the deck, the first few cards are all about the applique and how to deal with it and suggestions and things like that. So it's worth looking at that. But the main page you want to have a look at first of all is, hold on, let me see if I can find it quickly. Here we go. Let's put those down. Right, is this page here. Okay, now that page there tells you the enlargements. I'm sorry about the sunshine. Tells you about enlarging, and I think you can use this QR code. The QR code allows you to download 8x8 blocks. So I'll put my finger over that if you haven't bought it, because that's not fair otherwise. And the first column is so the blocks start off at 4 inches, and then you can enlarge them, and it gives you the percentages here of what you would need to enlarge them to, and then you get a second enlargement. So for instance, if you look at the 9, which is there, it's going to be difficult for me because this is obviously back to front for me. When you look at the 9 there, it gives you how much you need to enlarge. Well, then if you skip over there, it gives you 9 again, and you can enlarge it again. So from the 9, you'd obviously print it out, you'd enlarge it on your computer, you'd print it out. The thing is, you've got to know your printer and you've got to know your computer, okay? I can't tell you how to do that. I would have to, I don't know, I have to play with it. But you can do it at 100% on your printer, or you can do, when I say to print your patterns 100% not actual size, then that fits in with my patterns. So then if you were to print like these, you would then increase that 100% to whatever it's telling you, okay? Then you print that out, and that would be your templates. I'm just trying to think what else. You probably, if I pick one up again, just get another one. Yeah, that's a complicated one. Let's get a more simple design, which is much better. Here we go. So that design there, for instance, you can enlarge that by whatever percentage you like. But if you were to make blocks using other ones, maybe I don't know, you're going to increase it by 150%. You tell your printer that, and you'd get this printed at 150%. Or if you go on to that QR code, obviously you can download. I haven't looked at that yet, but I wondered how they were going to do that. And then I think what you would need to do is to print 2 or 3 copies of this to be able to cut these pieces out and then use them as templates, okay? So you might have to print a few times to get the different templates. This one's gorgeous. Let me show you. That one's gorgeous, isn't it? It's the colours, isn't it? It's the colours. It's always the colours with me. So for instance, the templates of that is that. And then you would go and print them on your printer. So it's actually nice and easy, I think. Maybe some of it would be restrictive, but that's only our own ability sometimes, isn't it? There was a few complicated ones here. I don't want to put you off. Let's see if I can find a really complicated one where there's lots. Well, this isn't necessarily complicated. Oh, that one is. So look, you got that as a applique, which will look amazing. But have a look at all the templates that you would need for whether it's raw edge applique or whether you're going to do needle turn or whatever method. But there are no seam allowances. So if you thought about doing English paper piecing, which you could do, you can still do English paper piecing with odd shapes, right? When I say odd, I mean irregular. There's no reason why not. So you would have to add your 1/4 inch or whatever, 3mm, to each of those pieces. And like I said, you'd need to print that page. You know, if you increase that, I don't know, 150% again, let's say, then you would need to print that a few times to get all the separate templates. Do you see what I mean? We'll perhaps have to demo this in the group. But so it does give you that sort of, so let's have a look. So it starts off at 4 inch. So if you want a 12-inch block, for instance, you enlarge by, forgotten already, 300%. Okay, 300%. So I think that's fairly self-explanatory. I was just, when I ordered it, when Maggie told us very kindly that this was coming out, or this was out, you have to excuse my box because it's all battered. I thought, ooh, I do like a bit of applique. I think this would be rather nice to do. So yeah, so that's what I thought I would just come on here and show you. If you fancy doing anything like that, I think it's actually quite nice. And there's loads, look, loads and loads and loads of cards. Let me go through a few. And they give you layouts as well. They give you nice layouts. And also, like for instance, hold on, they give you that. And then on the other hand, they've got that. So they give you lots of lovely layout. Well, not lots, but they give you a few. So so they go from really simple, if you like. Look at that, it's gorgeous. So really quite nice. So it depends if you're into your applique or not. And what the methods used for applique, whether that's something that floats your boat. It may not. You may hate it. But you could do your raw edge applique, or you could do it in felt. Do it in felt, and then, you know, just glue it. But there's some really nice designs, look. Sorry about my hands all over the place. Sander. More sander. So, and these are quite complicated blocks. But you could pick out bits. You could pick out just the tree, or you could just pick out Santa. Again, you could just pick out Santa, or you could pick out just the reindeer. It's rather cute. He's cute. All like Bambi. First time I've seen them as well. So I've literally had them 5 minutes. Bit quirky. Bit Swedish, I'd say. Snowman. I think you can do that without applique blocks, but you know, hey. So there's quite a few designs. I like the snowflakes particularly. Nice and easy. Bit more difficult. Parcels. Oh, bouncy ball. I suppose you could have these as like gifts under a tree or something. I don't know. You could make a quilt with. Oh, that would be nice as a quilt. Little drum. Ah, teddy. Little house. Another little house. Another house. And another house. That's nice. I like the florals. And obviously that's part of a wreath. As is that. As is that. So yeah. So there you are. I just thought I'd show you them. And then you can decide whether it's something that you want to have a go at. But sometimes it's easier, isn't it, to have a look and see what you think rather than just buy, what is it, about £15 or something? I mean, I usually get these things to show you guys, but it's whether you think that's something that you would use. So there we are, just a quick live just to show you that. Okay, see you later. I'll probably try and be live over the weekend because we've got pieces of cake to finish and do bits in. And I'm halfway through making another tunic, so you can have a look at the longer length and the repositioning of the pockets. So I better get back to that. Anyway, have a lovely rest of your day. I'm sorry I haven't seen any comments, but it's just the way Facebook behaves at the moment. Oh, Viv says hello. Hello, Viv. Right, have a good rest of your day. I'll speak to you all later. Bye.